could be the most rewarding and enriching part of our day if only we took the time to realize it and slow down a little bit. Hi, it's Nick from A Longer Life, and today I'm talking about my longevity protocol PDF, which is a free gift I give to you when you sign up to my newsletter. And in this protocol PDF, I break my day down into 3 key sections. The first being the foundations of the day, the second being achievement, and third, restoration, which is the part I'm talking about in these videos. The restoration part of our day is really going from dinner onward to bedtime. And the way that I see this is it is our opportunity to prioritize connection and rest, with emphasis on the connection piece. So it doesn't really matter what connection looks like for you as long as you're able to find some of it. It could be with a big family. It could be with just a partner. It could be with friends in a remote situation on a FaceTime call. It could be with your dog, your dogs, or your cats. It is just whatever that looks like for you, something that is giving you that feeling of connectedness to another being. And I think that this part of our life is so important for our longevity. It shows up time and time again in data all over the place, including the so-called blue zones, that relationships are so important for our long-term health. The real opportunity here is to claw back separateness away from looking at individual screens, being in different rooms of the house, and coming together in connection with whoever your loved ones are, and focusing on creating and fostering that in the evening time. This is our opportunity to come together and break bread for dinner, just like cultures have done for millennia, and it's essential to us as human beings in terms of our health. So I like to talk about that, particularly in this protocol PDF, because I share the example of taking the opportunity to cook dinner with my son as one of the ways that I can accomplish doing this. In this document, of course, I also talk about the supplements I take at dinner time, because that's one of the key things that went and created this longevity protocol in the first place, was all of you asking me what supplements I take. And too often I see that list just pop up on social media from people all the time without any context. I just don't think you can do that and be really credible with how you're presenting that information. So we need to think about supplementation in the context of our overall long-term risk and the things that we're doing throughout our day. So at my dinner time, I actually share that one of the things I do is take a retinal macular degeneration health supplement, because that's in my long-term family risk, and I know I need to think ahead on that. So it's one of the supplements I take at dinner time. I also mentioned that I also take some vitamin B2 at that time. I take a little bit of iron at that time, because I know both of those are things where I have relatively low levels that I'm trying to boost back up because I've done my blood work. This is also a great time to be doing all that wonderful recovery work, stretching, mobility, meditation, calming down, letting the body limber out a little bit, settling back into the couch or chair, letting our nervous system start to settle down, because ultimately we're headed for sleep. And one of the things I really like about the mobility and stretching piece is that you can do that while you're doing other things, while you're watching a television show that you like to watch. You can do that while you're listening to an audiobook or a podcast or a YouTube episode. It's really flexible, and it's time to really take care of our body in a way that allows us to do some unwinding, doing some breath work, doing some yoga, doing some meditation. This is the chance for us to begin taking our nervous system in the direction we want to go to get the best sleep possible. I'll get to sleep in a moment, but this is also another opportunity to take care of your skin after it has had an entire day of environmental exposure. So one of the primary things that ages our skin is, of course, UV damage from the sun. We also have other environmental exposures. We have our chance now to take care of our skin, get ready for going to bed. There's a few things that I do that I've included in there. One of the most recent protocols I've been testing is using a red light mask from Bond Charge. I've seen some great results with that. It's in there, along with the other things I do to clean and take care of my face, including some of the skincare products that I have decided work for me through before and after testing. And of course, I have lots of content on my website that you can look at to see how to do that for yourself. And of course, the most important thing in the evening for restoration is gearing up to get good sleep. So I talk in this protocol PDF about the key things you need to know about getting to sleep, including making sure you go to bed approximately the same time each night, that you're limiting the blue light exposure in your house, that you're ultimately letting your nervous system begin to relax hours before you jump in bed. And I share some of the hacks that I have in here too, including one of my favorites, which is an acoustic therapy bed that I lay on that gives me a beautiful vagal nerve stimulation that I really love. It's one of my favorite biohacks, if not my favorite biohack. I talk about that in this protocol PDF, along with how I like to use the Pulsetto device to help me get ready to go to sleep. There's also a few key things that are in my supplement stack that help me get a better sleep at night. One of them you'll hear many people talk about is magnesium glycinate. I find that that is quite helpful. I know that it's helpful because I monitor my sleep with a smart ring, with a smartwatch, and of course, knowing how well I sleep based on observation, learning myself, knowing what I need to do to make sure I sleep my best sleep. And in fact, in this protocol PDF, I show you my full supplement stack for sleep. I show you the key things you need to think about for getting a good sleep, and talk about some of those biohacks I mentioned to get ready for sleep. So if you want to find this, you can see it in the link in my bio. It's the first email I send out to everyone who joins my newsletter list. And one of the things I would really love to hear from you is what you thought about this, because we've gone through a lot of work to not only make it informative, but to also make it beautiful. And I hope it's something that can help you build a better day for yourself, for your family. And remember, if you're watching this video and you got all the way to the end here, you might as well go get this protocol PDF, because it's gonna help you think about having a more meaningful day, a more connected to the people you love kind of day. And ultimately, those are the things we want to do to make a longer life worth living.